23% of Harvard students were jobless 3 months after graduating. Earlier, IIMs would report 100% placement. Even 2 months on, placement was not 100%.
Almost 93% of them were found unemployable.
A good MBA degree is among the most expensive.
3.3 lakh aspirant, 75,000 jump from last year.
Artificial intelligence, most jobs are being affected by the use of AI.
Okay, let's talk. Every morning, I scroll through LinkedIn or switch on the news, and it feels like the ground beneath us has shifted again. Another CEO announces layoffs, another B school raises fees, another friend drops IIM into their bio. And me, I'm left wondering, am I falling behind? Is that MBA the golden ticket everyone talks about, the next logical step, or a very expensive detour? The degree is expensive. The competition is brutal. The outcomes, not guaranteed. So before you commit 2 years of your life and maybe 25 to 40 lakh rupees of your savings or a student loan, let's ask the real question. Is an MBA still worth it in 2025? I am Kritika and this is Pivot. The MBA is still the most sought after postgraduate degree in India. In 2024, over 3.29 lakh people registered for CAT, dreaming of those 3 magical letters, IIM. And every year, only around 5,500 make it to a top tier institute. That's 1.6%. But here's what most people don't talk about. 93% of MBA graduates in India are unemployable. Even top B schools like Harvard saw 23% of MBA grads unemployed 3 months after post-graduation. Yet, most B schools claim 100% placements. And the average fee for a Tier 1 MBA, rupees 20 to 35 lakhs. The average in-hand salary post-MBA at many mid-tier schools, rupees 8 to 15 LPA. For every IIM Ahmedabad admit, there are thousands who land in low-ranked programs. So before we talk about what an MBA gives you, let's talk about what it costs. Let's talk about something every MBA aspirant Googles at least once. What's the ROI of doing an MBA? And usually, the calculation looks like this. Post-MBA salary minus the MBA cost gives you the ROI. Simple, clean, comforting. But that's not how real life works, because the real cost of an MBA is a lot more than just tuition. Let's break it down. The tuition fees at top institutions range between rupees 20 to 26 lakh at IIMs, up to rupees 35 to 40 lakhs at ISB. This is already a serious investment. But we're just getting started. Rent, approximately 30,000 rupees a month. Food and daily expenses between 8 and 12,000 rupees a month. Travel, networking events, academic materials, club fees could be between 1 to 2 lakh rupees a year. The estimated total living cost becomes rupees 6 to 10 lakhs. This brings your real out-of-pocket cost to rupees 30 to 50 lakhs, depending on the school and city. Let's say you're currently earning rupees 8 LPA. 2 years out of the workforce means rupees 16 lakhs in lost income. Plus, a likely 10 to 15% hike or appraisal each year you'll miss. The opportunity cost then becomes rupees 17 to 18 lakhs conservatively. Most people finance their MBA through loans. In India, interest rates on loans vary between 8 to 12% per annum. Let's say you borrow rupees 25 lakhs at a 9% interest. Over 7 to 8 years, you'll repay around 34 to 35 lakh rupees. Your EMI would be around 35 to 40,000 rupees a month. That's a second rent every single month until you're in your 30s or 40s. So what's the real ROI? Let's run a basic case. The total cost would be rupees 25 lakhs tuition plus rupees 8 lakhs living, rupees 17 lakhs so opportunity cost, which is equal to rupees 50 lakhs. Let's say your post-MBA salary is rupees 25 LPA. Your pre-MBA salary was rupees 8 LPA. That's a rupees 17 lakh jump. On paper, ROI is rupees 17 lakhs per year gain. But you're not taking home 17 lakh more. Post-tax in-hand salary might be between 1.3 to 1.5 lakhs per month. Subtract EMI, rent, expenses, you're left with 40 to 60,000 per month. You're not rich yet. You're just breaking even, slowly. If you're lucky, you'll recover your cost in 3 to 5 years. If you're not in the top 10% of your batch, it may take longer or never. The truth is, just getting into a B school doesn't guarantee you a better life. Your ROI depends on 3 things: where you study, what you do there, what you do with it after. And all 3 are on you. You walk out of your B school with a tag, but also a ticking financial clock. Every job you now take needs to justify the price of the name on your degree.
MBA is a much longer term thing, so that ROI for 20-40 lakhs won't be visible in the first 3-4 years. It only starts to come into picture once you've spent some time post your MBA. Short term ROI for the courses, like you said, like for a grad or 6 to 12 month course, might actually be higher. So if you're only optimizing for ROI in the next 3 years, maybe that a grad short cycle courses is the way to go. If you're really looking to change career paths, figure out what you want to do, have some broader exposure than just the content piece of it, then an MBA is the way to go.
Okay, so let's say you do take the plunge. You crack CAT. You get into a good school. You survive group discussions, late nights, case comms, and an ungodly number of PowerPoint decks. What's on the other side? Let's talk about what an MBA actually gives you when it works. First, the obvious one, the paycheck. At top tier schools like IIM, ABC, ISB, XLRI, SPGen, or FMS, you're looking at an average CTC in the range of 25 to 35 LPA. That's not just the peak, that's the average. And yes, some folks hit 70 lakh, 80 lakh per annum, or even cross the 1 crore mark in international offers. But remember, these are schools that attract the best companies in India and beyond. Second, the roles you could land. You're not just walking into a job, you're walking into careers at companies like Deloitte, JP Morgan Chase, and Amazon that would have taken years to access otherwise. Third, the network. You know what's often more powerful than the curriculum? The people you sit next to every day. An MBA gives you access to a peer group that's high achieving. People with crazy career stories, domain depth, and hustle. You might not realize it at first, but these connections shape the rest of your professional life. You want to break into a new industry 3 years from now? Start something of your own? Land a CXO mentor? Sometimes, all it takes is one DM in a closed alumni WhatsApp group. How do you even begin to quantify that? Fourth, the curriculum and the learning environment. Best B schools don't just teach business. They teach you how to think like a business leader via case studies, simulations, live consulting projects, not just lectures. That pressure cooker teaches you more than you would expect. Fifth, the brand. This is the elephant in the room. Let's not pretend it doesn't matter. A tag like IIM, ISB, XLRI, or FMS changes how recruiters see your resume. It opens doors that would otherwise take years to even knock on. Companies take the tag seriously, so do investors, clients, even potential co-founders. But here's the caveat. All of this, the roles, the salary, the network, the prestige, it's not evenly distributed. If you're not in the top 20 to 25 B schools, the picture changes. So yes, a good MBA can give you all these incredible things, but only when it's the right school and the right time. Up until now, we've been talking about the best case scenarios. But here's the uncomfortable reality most B school brochures, info sessions, and YouTube ads won't tell you. First, the placement reports you trust. Many are just marketing documents. A lot of colleges publish glossy, picture-perfect placement brochures. But here's the thing, most of them are not audited. There's no regulatory body double-checking these numbers. So when a mid-tier B school claims 100% placement or an average CTC of 16.5 LPA, ask, how much of that is fixed pay? How much is joining bonus, ESOPs, variable components, one-time relocation allowances? You'll find that the actual in-hand salary is closer to 40 to 50,000 per month. Second, the myth of the guaranteed job. We've created this strange ecosystem in India where an MBA is treated like a placement agency. And students, they expect a job by default. After all, 100% placement is printed in bold on the website. Third, the admissions game is more complex than you think. Let's say you're a GEM, a general engineer male. You've got a 99.2 percentile. Stellar academics. Sounds like a guaranteed IIM call, right? Not necessarily. Because now, institutes assign diversity points for gender, for non-engineering backgrounds, for specific academic disciplines, for years of work experience, for past academic consistency such as class 10th, 12th, and grad scores. That means that someone with an 85 percentile and the right diversity profile may get a call, while you with a 99.2 percentile don't. Admissions have become a complex formula, and often even high scorers get filtered out for reasons that have nothing to do with their talent. The MBA isn't broken, But the system around it, the inflated expectations, the half-truths and brochures, the pressure to overperform from day one, that system is cracking. And the people who walk in without clarity, they are the ones who get crushed under the weight of it. After all the numbers, placements, and peer pressure, there's still one big question left to answer. Why MBA? This is the question every interviewer will ask. But more importantly, it's the question you need to ask yourself as the foundation for a decision that will likely change the next decade of your life.
It's a lifelong thing. It's a life decision, both in terms of time and money. If you join an MBA this year, you will definitely learn stuff that might not be relevant 3-4 years from now. So I think what an MBA does, or at least hopefully it does, is that it teaches you to continuously upskill. So today it's AI, 5 years from now it could be something else. So I think business schools are a good training ground to learn about the practical applications of AI. So there's two aspects to AI. One is, how do you build, for example, a large language model? What's the kind of code that you need? Do you have the technical expertise? The other is, what do you do with this thing? For the latter, an MBA, I think, is going to be increasingly useful. So this whole idea, what an MBA does is to open you to the world and say, hey, we're going to teach you a few things about AI, but know that this is going to get redundant. And so you have to go back to something. You have to learn to adapt yourself.
So who should do an MBA? If you're between 3 to 10 years into your career and feel like you've hit a ceiling, stuck in the rupees 3 to 12 lakh per annum range and want a serious pivot or boost, hungry for exposure, network, business, acumen, and leadership training, self-aware enough to know what this degree can and cannot do for you, then yes, a good MBA can absolutely be a game changer. But only if you treat it like a platform, not a parachute. And who maybe shouldn't, at least not yet, if you're already earning 25 lakhs per annum and climbing fast in a niche domain. If you're hoping an MBA will magically fix your career confusion, if you're considering a low-ranked preschool just because you didn't get a top admit, or if you haven't seriously calculated your ROI, both financial and emotional. In these cases, taking a beat, gaining more experience, or exploring alternatives might serve you better. Because this isn't just about whether an MBA is worth it. It's about whether it's worth it for you right now. Let's say you're still unsure. Or maybe the cost, the timeline, the uncertainty, it just doesn't feel like the right fit yet. That's okay, because the MBA isn't the only path to growth. Here are a few powerful alternatives that people often overlook. Build real-world experience. Work in a founder's office, be a chief of staff, or join a fast-growing startup. Curate your own learning. Business knowledge is no longer locked behind ivy-covered walls. From IIM's online executive programs to global courses on Coursera and ISB's digital platforms, you can learn what MBAs learn without the loans. Yes, the network may be smaller, but the cost to learning ratio widely better. Upskill in a specific direction. Instead of going broad with an MBA, go deep in a domain such as product management or data analytics. Specialized certifications and hands-on projects can often move the needle just as much, especially if your goal is career growth, not just a brand tag. The world is moving from degree-based credibility to skill-based respect. MBA isn't just a degree, it's a bet on your future self. And like any bet, it's only worth it if you know exactly what you're playing for. Let us know in the comments, where are you in your MBA journey? Thinking, applying, or done? We'd love to hear your story. If you find this video helpful, hit like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Share this video with your friends who are contemplating going for an MBA. See you next week.